Hello guys, welcome to this week's episode. It's been a few weeks. She's laughing at me, but we're going to power through. We spent a couple weeks in the Phoenix, Tucson area, and we wanted to share with you our top 10 favorite things that we did while we were in the area.
Yeah, because we spent now end of winter, spring, the last 2 years in a row. So I feel like we have a good grasp on some fun things to do in the area.
Before we get started with the list, I just wanted to let you know, stick around to the end. We've got a bunch of bonus features to talk about, so make sure you get to the end of the video for that.
So we'll start off with the first thing. This is a big one in our house, one that we went back for this year.
The Rock and Gem Show.
We're at a rock show, and it's huge.
All right, well, look at the camera.
It's more of a gem.
We're at the Gem and Mineral Show in Tucson.
And it is big.
And what do you got with you?
A pack to hold all my rocks that I get.
They have some of the biggest rock and gem shows in the world right there in Tucson. Literally dozens of different rock shows going on.
It's between Tucson and Phoenix.
Yeah.
Both cities have shows going on.
So January, February is the time to be there for the rock shows. Our kids love it. Number 2 is the Titan Missile Silo Museum. It's a really cool place to the southwest of Tucson.
Yep.
Southwest. And it's where the actual Titan missile is still in the ground, and you can go tour it. We got the joy to go with a guy who actually worked in one of the missile silos.
He didn't work in this particular location, but not too far down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And man, was that such an interesting thing to learn, because as he told us, he kept the secret for 40 years.
Yeah.
40 years he didn't tell his family or anybody around him about it. And to hear his story and learn about the mental, the physical, everything that they went through, the constant reevaluations, meeting with doctors, the psychological aspects of it, it was really cool experience to learn from somebody who's actually worked on it.
It sounded both intense and extremely boring at the same time.
Yes.
But super fascinating place to go. Make sure you check it out when you're in the area.
All right, our number 3 pick is Biosphere 2. And this is a place that I really wanted to go to last year, but we didn't have time for it. And growing up, my mom was a huge fan of the Pauly Shore movie, Biosphere. And so,
Biodome.
Oh, yeah, Biodome.
But it's based on Biosphere,
It's
too.
based on it, loosely based on it. And so when we came through Arizona last year and I saw it, I was like, oh, we have to go. And so this year we finally did, and it was a really cool experience. It was a great science experience for the kids and education day. It was just really cool to see the whole thing, how they're using it for the future, because that's what they're working on right now is future studies. So it's not completely wasted. It's a really cool facility. And if you get a chance and you're in the area, I highly recommend that you check it out just to see how the whole thing looked, how they lived, what they grew, what they ate. It was a cool experience.
As a bonus, when you're visiting Biosphere 2, check out Casa Riviera's Taco Express.
And Cooper asked for a second taco. And he ate it all. His plate's clean. Cooper, don't do that.
What did he just...
Okay.
It was yummy. So if you go to Biosphere 2, come up the road to, what is this place, Oracle?
Yes, this is Oracle.
Oracle. This is the Casa Riviera taco stand. It is unbelievably good. Get the carne asada tacos.
Yeah, we got the carne asada soft tacos.
Oh
Now,
my God.
Mark got the flautas first, and they were good.
Yeah.
But they were tiny, and I could tell he wasn't satisfied. I got the 3 soft tacos, so I got the carnitas, the pollo asado, and the carne asada tacos. And they were so good, and I was giving Mark a bite of each of them to try.
Yeah. Dude.
And then Cooper, who hates everything, pretty much, literally was like, I want another taco.
Dude, the carne asada taco, the best taco I've ever had, ever.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
It was so good. The kids all ate really well. So this is like a 5-star as far as we're concerned, right?
Yes.
So good.
When we drive to Mexico next year, I will come through this area to stop here again. That's how good this place was.
All right, let's go on.
All right, number 4, when you're leaving the Biosphere and you're heading back either towards Tucson or Phoenix, you'll run across Rooster Cogburn Ostrich Ranch. Yep, it's an ostrich ranch. And it's a really fun experience because you get to feed the ostrich, but not only that, there's birds, there are deer, different kinds of goats. My favorite, the mini donkeys. There was lorikeets, there were tortoises.
Rabbits.
Yeah, rabbits, stingray even.
And then,
Ducks.
stingrays, ducks, all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
there was all kinds of animals, and it's just a really fun experience, like, for the kids to get to, feed all those different types of animals. So if you're in the area, I highly recommend a stop. You won't be disappointed.
Can't miss it off the freeway.
No, you can't. All right, number 5 comes as a little bit of surprise to us. When you're going through the desert, you kind of don't think dairy farm. But I'm here to tell you there are dairy farms all over the place, especially more towards the Phoenix area. There's even dairy farms in the middle of the city. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And right down the street from where we were staying was a dairy farm. And when I looked it up, guess what? They did tours. So number 5 on our stop is Shamrock Dairy. They do tours. You can see their facility. They had like a great playground. You got to see the milking barn. And at the end, you get some milk to sample. And we had fun. It was a cool tour.
Super interesting to see where your milk comes from. Next on our list is a can't miss national park. It's Saguaro National Park. It's right there west of Tucson, and the place to go to see giant saguaro cactus.
And I realize that you'll probably see them all over between the two cities, but while you're there, you might as well stop at the national park. And we want to recommend that if you can go, the best time to go to the desert is in the spring, because it is absolutely beautiful to see all the cacti blooming and all the different colors.
Yeah.
It's really, you'll never see anything like it before. It's quite beautiful, and we highly recommend that.
A lesser known national monument is Organ Pipe National Monument. It's a little bit out of the way from Phoenix and Tucson, but it's really worth it. It's the only place in the world you can go to see organ pipe cactus, and we had a phenomenal time. There's a bunch of other little things you can't see there, like there's this special kind of fish and turtle. We got to see those down there. They're only in this one little region, so it's really cool to go down there and see some stuff you can only see at Organ Pipe.
The key to that park is when you stop at the ranger station, they'll tell you a PDF to download for a road tour to take that has numbers along, and that made all the difference in the world. Plus, they told us about the pond that we probably would have never known about.
Yeah.
And you see it on the map, but I don't know that we would have driven there had she not told us about the special little fish and the special turtle. So, I think that park is a lot better than what people give it credit for, but you have to do the work too and know what you're going to go look for.
Yep. Number 8 on our list is South Mountain Park. You can go hiking, biking, and horseback riding there, but the real treat to this place is going for sunset. It is the best place to see sunset in the Phoenix, Tucson area. Absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend it. Probably go for like lunchtime, do some hiking, and then end your day up at the overlook.
All right, number 9 is Lost Dutchman State Park, and this is one of our favorite places to camp when you're in the Phoenix area. In addition to that, they offer great hiking, just beautiful outdoors in general. And we stayed there, not this past spring when we visited, but the spring before. It's just a really busy park and hard to get into. So if it's something you're looking to, definitely they have a beautiful campground, really nice facilities. It's a great place. And then right down the road from it, there is a reservoir. I think it's called Canyon Lake. And you can go boating, kayaking, paddleboarding. And I believe on the way to that, there's a river where you can do some more kayaking or floating, where there is also wild horses. So that whole area in general is just a really beautiful place. And if you tune into our next video, next week, you'll find out just how hard it is to hike the Superstition Mountains, particularly Flatiron.
So I hiked up Flatiron. You'll see that next week.
Yep.
It was treacherous. It was long and arduous, but really cool hike, and glad I did it. So check out Lost Dutchman.
Yep. So number 10 is Tombstone. And I was excited to go because I'm all about ghosts and the ghost town kind of situation. And
Love the movie.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who doesn't love the movie?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
That's right. So we were super excited, and I had done a bunch of research prior to going. And I kind of knew it was the Disney World of...
Cowboy towns.
Yeah, of ghost towns. So we really lucked out that we went there. So heads up, if you've never been, parking's free, but you better get there early.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of hard to find. They do have some really nice, like, very family-friendly restaurants. If you check out their website, I think it's a Chamber of Commerce website, they have a group of enthusiasts for Tombstone who do reenactments for free out in the street. And we happened on a weekend when they were there.
Yep.
And they did about 10 different shows out on the street for free.
It was like a couple hours of like free skits and like and shootouts and stuff that they were doing out in the street. So
the kids had a great time. They really didn't know any different than going in to go see the paid show. So it was well worth it to us. And then the other thing we did is we took a tour of the mine in town, and that was well worth it. We all really enjoyed that. The kids did too. Yep. And so that was another thing that I think that we felt was a good use of our money. So we have 3 bonus things that we wanted to share with you about our time in Tucson and Phoenix. And the first one?
The Tucson Mineral and Gem World. It's located just outside Saguaro National Park. And it has the nicest owner ever in there. He saw that Bryce was interested in rocks and literally took him around, showed him all kinds of specimens. Like, he pulled stuff out from his counter and gave him a ton of, like, free rocks and, like, just, like, wouldn't let him buy anything. He's like, oh, I want this one. And he's like, have it. And he was just so enthusiastic that Bryce was, like, into it. And just absolutely loved it. So that guy was wonderful.
Our next bonus is that if you're anywhere in the desert, and we did this in Tucson, we did it in Phoenix, get yourself a blacklight flashlight. Down there, they sell them in like Home Depot and Walgreens and everything. And go look for scorpions in the desert.
They glow in the dark.
They neon green at night. And so when we were staying at another park, someone had told us, and I was like, ugh, that's gross. But it actually ended up being like super fun, and we had a great time doing it. They're super tiny. I know if you're thinking like, they're literally like this big. But we had the best time like doing it. So it's a fun, inexpensive activity to do with your kids.
Yep. Our last bonus feature is our favorite campground in the area. It is Gilbert Ray State Park, right?
No, I think it's a county park.
Okay.
Gilbert Ray County Park.
Gilbert Ray. Again, right outside Saguaro, just like a few miles from the entrance to Saguaro National Park. Absolutely phenomenal. You're going to camp in the saguaro cactus. If you're there when the saguaros are blooming, they're like right next to your camper. Super beautiful. That's where a lot of our nighttime photos and stuff came from in our saguaro segment. So just an absolute
lots
gorgeous
of trails,
place.
lots of animals. It's right outside of Tucson Mountain Park, which also has trails up and down the park from there. Like Mark said, it's only a few miles to Saguaro National Park, so it's basically like camping in the park.
Yeah.
Because it's a county park, I think they have electricity at each of the sites, water in the park that you can fill your tank. They had flushing toilets, but no showers. They had a dump station. It was a great park, though. I highly recommend it. We saw a coyote. We went for a bike ride one night, saw a coyote. We saw rabbits, like multiple rabbits a day.
All right, guys, that wraps up our list and all our bonuses. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it, and especially making it to the end of this video. We'd also like to say, you don't know? You just told me what to say.
We hope that you find this helpful to your trip, and if you have any favorite places, I'm always looking for things to add to our list for our next time through.